The iPhone 14, should you or should you not upgrade? The price remains the same. Are the new features, though, compelling enough for consumers? Tech reporter Dan Howley is here with the review, and he has the phone in his hands. Ooh. We're a little bit jealous. What do you think, man? The good news is, as I said, it's not going to cost you more than the last one. Behold the beautiful 14.
Yes, this is
the biggest advantage from prior models to you?
I mean, for me, this is the 14 Pro. It's the standard size, so 6.1 inches. And for me, I think the biggest upgrade is easily the camera. It's the camera and what they call the dynamic island, this little pill guy up here. So I can show you the cameras back here. Let's see if we can get the light to reflect it the right way.
What is this dynamic island thing I've heard all about?
So the dynamic island is this guy right at the top. And so essentially what you can do is, I'll fire up Spotify real quick. If you're listening to music on Spotify, you can just quickly swipe. Oh, hold on, I got to press play. That's probably part of it. You can quickly press that and swipe it up into there. And so now it's accessible from right at the top. So you can be using other apps. You can go into, mail or something along those lines. We'll fire up the weather app. And then you can multitask at the same time. So then, in addition to that, you can also do stuff like, let's say you have a timer going. There's other apps that are available, but these are the easiest ones to show. You can quickly swipe the timer up, and then you can see now you have the two apps going at once. So you can just jump in there, check the timer, jump over here, and you can check out Spotify, change songs.
Thank you.
It's honestly
cool.
It actually is talking me out of it.
But I would have no idea how to navigate all this.
It's as easy as swiping up from the bottom, and then when you're done, if you want to go back to the regular app, you just do that. The other thing is obviously the cameras. So this one has, let me see if I can show you guys what the camera improvements are.
What is the difference in this camera from generations past?
So here, can we see? It's not going to look very pretty as far as what we have. That's just going to be the back of my hand. But
that is a gorgeous shot.
You have four different.
Best shot to show.
Yeah, people love looking at my hands.
The best laid plans.
You have 4 different ranges. You have wide angle, you have the standard camera, you have a 2x zoom, and then you have a 3x zoom, which is just my sleeve, which my sleeve is looking really nice there. And essentially what that's doing is it's taking advantage of the 48 megapixel sensor in here. So it has an upgraded camera sensor. They use the 48 megapixels because when they do that 2x zoom, there's not actually a 2x optical zoom. There's a 3x optical zoom and a regular wide angle, and then the ultra wide, that 2x, what they're doing is they're condensing those pixels and basically just cropping. So they're not digitally zooming and making it all artifacty. It's actually...
Is this going to be something, though, that I'm going to notice?
Yes. So for me, I've been using the 13 Pro for the past year.
Yeah.
And usually when I take photos, they're the telephoto lens. Because when you take a regular photo, everybody looks further away and then you have to zoom and pinch and everything. You're like, oh, look, we got it. Let me just crop that. And you put it on Instagram and it's all, terrible looking. When you do the zoom, though, you actually get what you want in the image. Okay. And then everything is a lot easier to just post right away. So, you're not going to go to a Mets game and be behind home plate and be getting great shots of center fielder, right? That's just not going to happen. This is a 3x zoom. That's out of the question. But if you're just taking regular photos, it really does pay off a lot. And the ultra wide, which is, by the way, also available on the standard 14, that also benefits a lot. And then there's the low light capabilities this phone has. It's much better than the 13. And that was already fantastic. So I think if you want good low-light shots, you want good action shots when it comes to video as well, this is really the phone to get. The standard 14, that doesn't have the telephoto, that doesn't have the dynamic island. So you're not going to get those. So for $999, this is probably the one to go for. If you have a 13 already, stick with your 13 when it comes to the base phones. But if you have a Pro, 13 Pro, you might want to take the jump up. If you have anything before that, definitely make the leap.
So, Dan, obviously you're very much a gadgets guy. When you were going through all the different folders and the multitasking, my anxiety went into overdrive. The camera calmed me down. I'm like, that's something I can use. So, do you think at the end of the day, is it worth the upgrade? Do you think it's worth going that extra mile to get this?
I do. So I just bought it. I just ordered it last night. It's going to get here in October. This is the sample that we get. So I do think it is worth the upgrade just because, and as I said, if you have a 13 Pro, yeah, just hold on to that. If you have a 13, hold on to that too. Even a 12, if you're going from a regular 12, don't think about jumping to the 14 because there's not really that much of an oh my God difference. But if you're going from the 12 Pro or anything earlier than that, definitely make the jump to the 14 Pro just because of those camera improvements. And then the dynamic island, I keep wanting to call it digital because that just sounds better to me. But the dynamic island, that does really make a difference when it comes to multitasking. It's better than, say, if you have a Samsung phone, they want you to have 3 different apps on the screen at once. Then you're trying to read an email with tiny little text. You can't do anything really with it. Or it's a foldable phone, which is fun, but not really, practical, I think, in most situations. This seems to be the best multitasking way to do things while keeping the screen mostly free.
Okay.
Solid.
You're a big multitasker.
Yes.
You have a million things going on, so I don't know. It might be the phone for you. Right, Hallie, thanks so much.